know, sweetie. We got to do a podcast. I think Bagheera wants to get in here. Yeah, I know. But if he gets in here, he's just going to jump up on the table and knock over everything. He's going to have to wait. All right. You're not going to wear your little skull cap? My skull cap? Should I wear my skull cap? I'm not wild about that sweater either. Yeah, but it's warm. You look like an old man. You look like an old elder. Can you even put on a hat with one hand? I think so. John Redcorn, BOOZHOO, Niji. BOOZHOO, John Redcorn. What's going on, Niji? BOOZHOO. Welcome to BOOZHOO, NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Today on the show, today is Anima A Gisha Good. In Ojibwe, we call this day the Feast of St. Crispin. What? No, we call this day Anima A. Whoops, that's just a prayer. Where's our? Oh, here we go. Anima A Gisha Good. Prayer day. Anima A Gisha Good. And what I want to say about this. Did you want to say a prayer? Yeah, okay. So, Anima A Gisha Good. Prayer day is the day Ojibwe's why do we call it Prayer Day? Well, my theory is that the Ojibwe's didn't have days of the week until we started speaking English. Really? Yeah, I think Prayer Day came about during the boarding school generations. When they would go to boarding school, Sundays would always be mass or church. And so when the Ojibwe speakers were learning the days of the week, they would say, Sunday, what does that mean in our language? And they'd say, Prayer Day. Oh, Prayer Day. Anima A Gisha Good. Yep. And this is why it is Prayer Day today. And the Ojibwe word of the day. Ojibwe phrase of the day. Hey, Jim, what's going on? Jim says, yo, how's it going? I'll stick around as long as you don't sing church music. Okay, deal. Yeah. Church music is a tough thing, There are moments when there are very few church songs which are inspirational. That's really true, isn't it? Yeah. I find a lot more inspirational songs in, 80s pop, Aretha Franklin, The Who, David Bowie, Kiss. Yeah, how come they never sing Bowie tunes in church? I don't know. Probably because he was a Satanist. You think Bowie was a Satanist? Yeah. He's a Satanist in as much as every famous person was probably a Satanist. Nah, not Bowie. No, I think so. I think if you're a household name in this realm, all those like rock stars and movie stars, any celebrity, they made a deal with the devil. That's my theory. Yeah, me too. Yeah. It's amazing how much we agree on stuff. I know. It really is. I'm moving on to playing jazz. Ugh, jazz? Why? Yeah, why does anybody play jazz? Okay, jazz is the worst music that's ever been written. Nobody likes jazz. You're just too lazy to learn a proper song. I mean, what are you gonna do? Do the scat. Wait, what's jazz? How about Is the Pink Panther theme a jazz tune? You mean ba-dum, 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 no, 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 no. I don't know. Why do you think that's jazz? Well, because in high school, I think the jazz band played that song. And so I always thought, when people say they play jazz, I think of the theme to the Pink Panther cartoon. Yeah. Remember that? The Pink Panther? Do you guys remember the Pink Panther? It was a weird cartoon back in the 70s, back in the days of the grandfathers. When I was a little girl, they had this cartoon called the Pink Panther. And it was exactly, what they said. It was a panther, a walking. He never talked. That was what was cool about the Pink Panther. He didn't talk. It was a totally just music. Was it jazz music too? Yeah, I think the cartoon was all jazz music. Maybe I do like jazz. Yeah, the Pink Panther music is kind of cool music. Pink Panther was cool, says Wally Bear. Hey, Wally Bear, what's going on, Nucci? Good to see you, buddy. You can be more creative when playing jazz. Can you? Or are you confined to just playing notes that are hard to hold and they're wispy and crappy? I'd rather be more creative with just 3 chords, straight up rock and roll. But, I'm just a silly little girl. What do I know about music? But anyway, so the Pink Panther, what I love about it, you would never have a cartoon like the Pink Panther anymore. Pink Panther used to smoke cigarettes. That's right. He had a long cigarette thing. And, sometimes in the cartoon, he'd be there smoking a cigarette, put it out. It was just like, it wasn't condemned. It wasn't discouraged to kids and stuff. And it was also the first time, speaking of Prayer Day, let's get rid of this. All right. Pink Panther was the first time I ever saw an animated depiction of hell. Really? Yeah, it terrified me. There was this Pink Panther cartoon, and the guy dies or something, goes down into underground, and it's a conveyor belt that keeps going down and down and down, and there's like fire and brimstone and people in chains, and he's got to get back up, and he goes back up to the surface somehow, but he's actually in hell. And to this day, I'm a grown woman, and I still kind of picture the cartoon version, the Pink Panther cartoon version, when I picture hell. Yeah. I don't know. Mystic Rose, horns are cool. Horns are cool. Do you like ska music too? When I was a little girl, I played the trumpet. Just until about, 8th grade maybe? And then I gave it up. Now I just play guitar and piano. And the harmonica once in a while. I really like to sing. Do you want to sing a song? Should we sing a song where we harmonize with each other? Yeah, I think that'd be brilliant. How you doing, Mr. Gross? Welcome to the show. Today, it's Anime A Gija Good. We came on live earlier with NANABOOZHOO, but nobody was here, so we closed up shop early, and now we're back. And today, Emily, would you say a prayer for us? I'd be delighted. Today's prayer in Ojibwe. All right, kids. This is before we get into this. What are you doing? I'm gonna make it more. What do you call it? Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Opaque. Yeah, opaque. Hey everybody, it's me, your Auntie Emily. I've said it before, but I think it's really important that it's not important, it's, if you have an auntie who's in your life, that's really good. The role of the auntie in the Anishinaabe culture is very important. The auntie is sometimes somebody who, she's from the adult world. She's been around the block, but she's not your mom. She's not your dad. But she probably loves you. And she'll tell you stuff. She'll teach you stuff. So think of me as your old mean res Auntie Emily. And today I'm going to say a little prayer for us. When I pray, I've spent my whole life wondering, what is prayer, and it's so hard to get a straight answer from people. But all it really is you're talking to God. If you want to go out and put out your tobacco and greet the sunrise and face the east and, speak in Ojibwe, that's great. But if you find yourself just sitting around back in your bedroom or whatever, and you got something on your mind, on your heart, and you want to talk to your Creator, that's prayer. You just talk to Him. Say, hello, God. Hello, Great Spirit. BOOZHOO, Kitchimanadu. Hello, Great Spirit. Miigwech, Kaishi Kakina Keko. Kaishi Chikea Nungom. Thank you for everything that you do today. Daga we took a wishin. Ando minaway. Nungom. Help me to speak well today. Abege. Amen. I like to say my amens like, adios, amigo. Yeah, no kidding. But you can say, and it doesn't matter if however your feelings, whatever feeling, if you're sad, you pray sad. Go ahead and cry to God. If you're happy and grateful, be happy and grateful when you pray to God. If you want to joke around, tell jokes to God and be real familiar, that's okay too. It's prayer. There's probably a wrong way to do it. I'm not going to say there's no wrong way to do it, but there's a lot of right ways. That's what my elder told me once. What's that? Speaking of aunties, Auntie Ida, Ida Down once said, there are 100 right ways to do this. Yeah. People are always like, oh, culture cops, I call them. You guys ever know a culture cop? Hey, that's not the Indian way. You're doing that wrong. Ladies, get off that drum. You're a woman. You're not supposed to be drumming on a drum. Kitchimanadu hates that. And so sometimes people get all bent out of shape, whether it's Christianity in that or traditional Ojibwe, paganism. People are like, no, I know the truth. I was taught so you should never point with your finger. You should point with your lips. It's like, well, that's the same thing. You're just using your lips. Never point. I'm pointing at you. Hey, Michael, I didn't realize this. What's that? When you get up close and you look into the camera, yeah, you could see into people's houses. You cannot. No, I'm serious. Look at this. Hey, when's the last time you vacuumed in here? No. So, those are all fun too. Some might think my bass playing is mostly jazz, says Wally Bear. Wally Bear, I assumed you were a heavy metal bass player because you got a pentagram on your thing. You're a jazz bassist. Do you play the stand-up jazz? Or stand-up bass? You know, that looks cool when a guy's got a stand-up bass. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. What song is that?
I think you're singing Boston. Foreplay?
Oh, yeah. Bum, 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 bum. And then the guitars kick in. Na 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 na. I've been. How's that go? No 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 no. So we got a camera set up over here too, you guys. Hello, live streamers. Later on, we're probably going to make a clip show. But, bling, bling. Oh, what's that?
I think it's the phone.
You going to get it?
Sure. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show. You're on BOOZHOO, NANABOOZHOO.
Hey, yo, Michael, Emily, how you doing?
Oh, is that Sylvester Stallone?
That's right, I'm Sylvester Stallone. I wanted to call in and tell you I was watching your live stream.
Oh, that's cool. Michael, it's your hero.
Hey, Sly, how you doing? Thanks for calling in.
Hey, I love to watch the show, and I really love to learn the Ojibwe word of the day. Hey, yo, Emily.
Yeah?
What's the Ojibwe word of the day?
Oh, the Ojibwe word of the day. Michael, will you pull it up? Sure. Today's Ojibwe word of the day is Anama Geisha Good.
Hey, yo, Anima Gisha good. What does that mean in English?
Well, that means that's our word for Sunday, and it's it actually means prayer day.
Oh, yo, prayer day.
Yeah. Are you a believer? Do you believe in God? Are you a Christian or whatever?
Yo, I was gonna tell you, he's a Catholic. I was raised by a Catholic, and every time before I go into the ring, I say a prayer.
Oh, that's right. Remember that, Michael?
Yeah, he was always praying in his movies.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm Italian, a lot of us are Catholics.
Oh, yeah.
We come from Italy. I was from Rome. I'm Roman Catholic.
Okay, that's cool. So what else is going on in your life? Have you been, I hear you went through a divorce, I don't know, maybe a year or so ago?
Yeah, that's right. I was been married for like, I don't know, 30 years, 25, 30 years, something like that. And then, the day came, and I was like, hey, yo, I'm gonna get a new dog. I want to get a little pup, and I'm gonna call that pup Butt Kiss Junior, because, remember my dog from the movie?
Oh, yeah.
That was really my dog. He was my best friend, and I loved him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But then, he passed away. He died.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Hey, it's all right, though, because, all dogs go to heaven. So I think he's probably in heaven.
I'm sure he is. If he was your dog, he was probably a good dog. And he's up there right now, with, I don't know, other good, well, of course, some good dogs are probably in heaven.
Let's see, who's a good dog? Don't all dogs go to heaven?
Probably. So you were gonna get a new dog, and your wife didn't want what? She didn't want you to have a new dog?
Yeah, she was like, no way. You get that stupid dog, and then that's all. I'll never see you. You'll go out for your run, and you'll be running with that dog. And no, you can't have a dog. It's either him or it's me. And then so I said, okay, well, don't let the door hit you in the butt.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. And then I got a tattoo, and my little puppy moved in.
Really? You chose the dog over your wife?
Hey, no, she chose She made me choose. Excuse me. Hey, yo, Michael, you got a little cough there? Yeah, it's just a little cough.
But I'm okay.
Yeah, you know. Let me tell you something you already know. What's that? Life ain't all sunshine and roses? Yeah, that's right. How'd you know? Yeah, somehow I know. Well, listen, I better get going. Can I ask you one more thing, Emily?
Yeah, sure. What would you like to know?
How do you say goodbye in Ojibwe?
Well, we don't really say goodbye. In our way, we say, "I will see you again," and so we say, "Gigawabamin, Minowa."
Yo, that gigawaba man, you know what, Emily? And yo, no, Michael.
Yeah.
Gigawaba man, you know what?
Yeah, you too, Sly. Thanks for calling in. Gigawabam in. Minawa.
Hey, yo, forget about it.
That's cool that he calls in.
Yeah, it is. I'm always so honored. I mean, it's such a thrill to have Sylvester Stallone himself call in.
Is that your favorite movie of all time?
Over the Top?
No, the first Rocky.
Oh, the first Rocky? Probably. I think it's a perfect movie.
A perfect movie. Why would you say that?
I mean, how can you improve on Rocky? The first one, anyway.
Yeah. Well, God knows he tried to improve it. What was it, like 8 sequels?
Yeah. And all it proved was every time people said, that's not as good as the first one, until it became, you couldn't even compare the movies anymore.
Yeah.
But I think the original Rocky, I love the character. It meant so much to me when I was a 5th grader, whenever I saw it. And I thought he was a brilliant actor. He wrote that movie. It had the greatest soundtrack of all time.
You mean da 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 da
Bum ba da dum ba dum ba dum bum ba.
ba da ba ba da ba do 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 do.
Father Carmen was Rocky's priest.
Father Carmen. Wow, that's a great bit of deep track trivia, Wally Bear.
Too much wacky tobacco.
How dare you? What do you think we do on a Sunday afternoon? Just sit around smoking weed? That's offensive and a stereotype. What was I talking about?
I don't know.
Isn't that obvious? For crying out loud. Michael, you get rid of that?
Sure.
'Cause goodbye doesn't mean forever.
What did I do with my coffee?
I don't know. I think we gotta go into the room. Now, if we're streaming just off the phone, we could pick up the phone and walk into the other room, get a cup of coffee or two, and then come back. But because we're streaming here, we gotta stay here.
Yeah.
So, all right, people. Are you like me? Do you have election fever? Do you have election fever, Michael?
No, I do not have election fever.
Oh, I can't wait.
Who are you going to vote for?
I'm gonna vote for Michael Landon.
From Little House on the Prairie?
Yeah.
No, he's dead.
What? What happened?
I don't know. He died of old age or something.
Oh. Then let's see. Who do I want to be president? Do you want to be president?
No.
Paul Stanley.
I don't think he's running.
He's not running for president?
I don't believe so. I think you have to choose between Donald Trump or that other guy.
Joe Biden? The current president?
Yeah.
Who do I like best? They're both great.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's hard to choose. Either one would be fine.
Yeah.
Both are people that I think I look to for leadership. Neither of them are corrupt or, servants of Satan.
No, I don't believe so either.
And they're not actors on the world stage.
All the world's indeed a stage, and we are merely players. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to vote.
No, I'm not going to vote either. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either. They say Joe Biden is a defender of democracy.
That's what they say.
In this camera, I'm oranger than Donald Trump ever was.
Yeah.
You know what I love about Donald Trump?
What's that?
I love how he dances.
Really?
Yeah, he's such a bad dancer. He dances like everybody's grandma. You ever see that?
I saw the clip when he was here in Bemidji.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah. Donald Trump came to Bemidji during the last election. And he comes out on stage to, of all songs, YMCA.
I know, that was the gayest song ever written. It's basically the national anthem for homosexuality. YMCA, it's fun to stay at the YMCA. But then he kind of endears himself to the crowd by coming out and dancing. And he's like, na, 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 na. Just kind of this jerky, it's fun to stay at the It's so stupid. But you kind of go, okay, well, maybe I will vote for him after all. I love how he dances. But really, it's a great time to be alive in America. Everything's going to be okay, kids. Whoever gets in there, it's going to be all right. That's what I believe. I think I did something up my arm.
Yeah. You don't really have an elbow.
I don't have much of an elbow to speak of. There we go. Can't reach anywhere. Well, who else is here? Otapana niwi asema. BOOZHOO, John. Otapana niwi asema. Except my tobacco. How come the Indians are always giving tobacco to each other?
Well, it started back in the days of the grandfathers, Emily.
Will you teach me about the Ojibwe culture?
I sure will.
You're so wise. How did you become so wise, Michael? Is it because you're so damn old?
It's because I'm so damn old. Don't swear on my show.
Sorry. No, really, how come? What's up with tobacco?
Tobacco was used for trading, and so like back in the days, we didn't have money and stuff like that. And so lots of times, somebody would come up and they'd want to buy some furs or, I don't know what, rice. And so instead of giving them the money, someone might give them a pound of tobacco or whatever. And eventually became kind of almost a gesture of trade, just to give somebody a pouch of tobacco. Like if you're going to speak to an elder, you're really asking him for his time and his wisdom and whatever. And so when people pray with tobacco, it's like they're offering their tobacco to God, like you would to an elder, saying, accept my tobacco. I want to pay for your attention, your time, and I'm offering you this little gift in exchange for your, considerations or listening. And then it's also, sometimes people will take that tobacco, put it in a pipe, and then smoke the pipe.
Oh, right on.
I thought it was Macho Man. Oh, that Trump came out to? No, I think it was YMCA.
The Macho Man's another great gay song. Macho, macho man, I got to be a macho man. Macho, 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 macho man. Hey, speaking of macho man,
Yeah.
are we ever going to do a cisgender story time?
You mean as opposed to a transgendered story time?
Yeah, in response to transgendered story hour. You know how they're like always going off on eventually at some library that transgender people will come and read to the kids and then do a little drag show. And there's all these terrible moms in the audience like, come kids, let's watch this guy dressed as a hooker which is essentially blackface of women. You know, it's a guy pretending to be the most absurd version of a woman you could think of. And it's all sexual and gross. And I'm like, hey kids, you should learn to be tolerant of other people. It's like, no, you should learn to discern weirdos from normal people. But then, you're called hateful if you don't get on board. And I've been wondering how long we're going to be at that library before somebody's going to want us to host a transgendered story hour.
Well, to be fair, I could say that every story hour we do is a transgendered story hour.
What do you mean?
Well, you.
Me? I'm not transgendered. I'm a beautiful, lovely lady. How dare you? I'm a Southern belle.
Oh, you're gonna start using your drawl again?
Yeah, I'm going to start using my Southern drawl. No, I'm not transgendered.
Well, technically, you were born a man.
Yeah.
Right now, you identify as being a woman.
Well, of course.
And you have an alternate alias. Show them your real voice.
You mean my real voice?
Yeah. You mean this one? Hello, everybody. My name is Emily. Yeah, this is my actual voice. I've been living a lie. This is true. So, today is Transgendered Story Hour. With me, Emily Aubrey. Your transgendered story hour. Yeah, you're right. I'm the perfect, what if we did this as a new... No, this is stupid.
I'm just kidding, you guys. But you know what I could do?
What's that?
That was really stupid.
I know.
Wally Bear says, "Eek, Emily is a man." No, I'm just kidding. I'm just a little girl. I'm just a lovely little girl. But what
What are we talking about?
I thought you were talking about transgendered story hour.
Oh yeah. No, I don't want to be involved in any of that nonsense anymore. I don't care. It's not my job.
Vengeance is the Lord. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Yeah, I'm staying out of that argument. It's a no-win. Do 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 do. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. La 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 la. Coming from another native is not racist. What are you guys talking about? It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the young men's...
Hey, do you want to tell your YMCA story?
Well, sure, I can tell a story. Okay, kids, here's a story. Time now for story time with Emily Aubrey and Michael Lyons. Back in the days of the grandfathers, there was a young Anishinaabe man. He might have been Dakota.
You know what? I think he actually turned out to be Puerto Rican.
Really?
Yeah, but whatever.
Let's say he was from Sisseton, South Dakota, because I heard he actually had relatives in Sisseton.
Okay.
There was a young man had a dream. He wanted to be a singer and a dancer. And he came from a very modest, very traditional reservation home on the Sisseton Reservation in South Dakota. What's that one called?
The one in Sisseton is called Fort. No, I don't know. Is it just Sisseton? Is there a Sisseton Sioux?
Hunk papa Sioux, hunk papa mau mau, the hunk papa Sioux. Anyway, so he's from a reservation, and he wanted to be a dancer and a singer. But his grandfather wanted him to be a traditional powwow dancer. Carry on the family tradition of powwow dancing. He was a fancy dancer, in fact. No, he wasn't. He was a traditional dancer. He had leggings and, traditional Dakota, regalia, I guess you'd call it. And he went to his grandfather and he said, "Grandfather, I have a dream. I want to go to the city and I want to follow my dream of becoming a singer and a dancer." And his grandfather looked at him and he said, "Grandson, I am very old and I'm very traditional and I have my own plans for you. You must stay here and carry on our ways." He goes, "No, grandfather, I want to be my own man." So the grandfather said this. He goes, "I'm going to go on a sweat and I'm going to have a dream. When I come out, I will tell you my decision." So that night he went on a sweat and he fell asleep. And when he woke up, he called his grandson. He goes, "Grandson, I had a dream that you will head off to the city known as Los Angeles. No, it was San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco.
You will go to the city of San Francisco in the 70s. And I will give you this traditional Dakota garb, Dakota regalia. And I will paint your face, war paint." And he dressed him up. And he drove him down to the bus stop. And he goes, "Now go to the land of San Francisco." So this guy gets on the bus and he's all dressed up in his regalia. He's got buckskin, leggings, war paint, the whole 9 yards. Hours go by, eventually he ends up in San Francisco, gets off the bus. Who's there? There's a guy in all leather too. Only this guy's in black shiny leather. He's got a cap and a motorcycle. And he goes, "Hey, where are you from?" And the Indian guy goes, "Oh, I'm from the reservation. I came out here to San Francisco. I want to be a singer and a dancer." And the biker goes, "Oh, hey, that's cool. So do I. Want to go for a ride in the back of my motorcycle?" And well, this Indian guy, he's straight off the res. He doesn't know any better. He goes, "Yeah, sure. I can't see dangerous red flags." So he gets on the bike and they start riding through town. And they see a construction site. And they stop there and there's a guy on a jackhammer. They're like, "Hey, Mac, we're trying to drive around this construction site. Can you help us?" And the construction guy stops and goes, "Hey, Indian biker guy, what are you guys doing? Because we want to be singers and dancers." The construction guy looks around and goes, "Now, don't tell my buddies on the union, but I want to be a singer and a dancer too. But I'm just a construction worker. I mean, yeah, I got this wife beater and my hard hat and I look pretty buff, but I'm not happy. I want to be a singer. I want to be a dancer." And they're like, "Well, hey, why don't you come with us?" So he gets on the back and all the three of them are riding on this motorcycle, just snug. Indian guys like in the middle of I don't know what. Well, pretty soon a cop comes by. Woo, 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 woo. And he pulls him over and goes, "Hey, guys, Excuse me, biker, Indian, construction guy. 3 of you guys can't be riding around a motorcycle. Only one of you has a helmet, and that's a construction guy. Drive, whatever. I'm going to write you a ticket. They said, oh, please, officer, don't give us a ticket. We want to be singers and dancers. We don't have any place to live. Can we come back to your house and live with you and your wife? And the policeman goes, I don't have a wife. Never mind why. And quite frankly, I know what you're saying. I may look like a cop, and I am a cop, but I want to be a singer and a dancer too. But you can't live with me. You want to go stay someplace? Go stay at the YMCA, the Young Men's Center, or whatever, the YMCA. And the Indian guy goes, YMCA? I don't want to go down there. That doesn't sound very fun. And the cop goes, no, it's fun to stay at the YMCA. And they all looked at each other, and the construction worker goes, what did you just say? And the cop goes, I said it's fun to stay at the YMCA. And in time, each of them started snapping their fingers. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the... And this is the story of how the Indian guy from the Village People became the Indian guy from the Village People. Years would come, and they'd become the most popular closet homosexual group to ever be on the same record label as Kiss, by the way.
That's right.
Yeah, I think they had the same management. Kiss and the Village People. Donna Summer.
Donna Summer, who's that?
You don't remember Donna Summer?
She a disco singer?
Yeah.
What was her song? Dancing Queen, I want to be your partner, can't you? No, that's ABBA.
All right. What did Donna Summer sing? I remember she had a great... Had something to do with the summer? Did Donna Summer sing a song about summer?
I hope not. Bumma P, I'm hungry. Gonna go make a couple of BLTs.
BLTs! What is that? Bunny legs on toast? That's because Ojibways, they eat bunny legs. They're always snaring rabbits. But I guess it's better than being a Dakota.
Why?
Because Dakota's BLTs are black lab on toast. No. All right. You know what? I'm hungry too. You want a sandwich?
Sure.
Let's go make some sandwiches. Or I'll go make some sandwiches for us.
Thank you.
Because I'm traditional like that. Oh, yeah. All you ladies, you want to be traditional, but you don't want to make your man a sandwich. What do you think being traditional is? Barefoot, pregnant, in the kitchen, making sandwiches. Not bitching and moaning about it, being up, yeah, here you go. No, it doesn't put me out. Take that, feminists. No. All right. Well, how long has this been?
43 minutes.
That's probably long enough. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by to spend a little time with Michael and me. Our final, you got the phrase?
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Final phrase of the day is, of course, I will see you again. Giga Wabba Min. Minawa. Hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. And, miigwech. Gesikain. Thank you. I love you. And I will see you again.
Oh, we're still on.